Meeting
Hey,
order.
sure. All right.
How you doing, man? Cell phones, please turn them off or turn them down. We'll get it tomorrow. Roll call, please. Quick, sure.
Bertel,
Yeah.
Herrick,
He's here somewhere. He's out in the hall.
Fitzgerald,
Here.
Duncan,
Here?
Keeler,
Here.
Schutz.
Hey, please stand for the prayer. Let us pray, O Lord, that we who serve your people in public office may have your blessing and guidance in our deliberations and decisions, so that what we accomplish here this evening will be just and beneficial to the people who we serve.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Reading and approval of minutes from last meeting.
These are from 8:13. Do we have any
We don't
other
have
ones?
any.
Those were 8:13. Jen's has 9:10. And I don't have 9:27, or whatever that is.
Mr. Huggins here.
Yeah, he's out in the hallway somewhere.
Mr. Huggins.
He has the ones from last meeting.
No, not last, but 9, the one before 9:10, September 10th.
I don't have the names.
I got 'em.
No.
No, we weren't seeing it.
We never did. No. Jeffrey.
We'd approved 9-10 last time. I mean, yeah, 9-10. We approved that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is wrong. It was random. It should be Cranwood.
Oh.
I don't want to check
You know what minutes?
No.
Anybody have any corrections on these?
I do. I got two on what I've read through so far on 8:13. First page, reading and approval of previous minutes. It has Councilwoman Fitzgerald pointed out the correction to be made on the name Cramblet, which should be Ramblet on the 7:23 minutes. That's opposite. It was listed as Ramblet. It should be Cramblet. And then on Health and Pensions Board, I think it's 3 pages in. Fitzgerald reported that family coverage has gone up. It hasn't gone up monetarily. We don't have those numbers yet. We have more family coverage plans is what.
Okay, I'll add that.
And I have one little tiny little thing. Right here, where's the note to excuse? It should be up next to the one being excused. So just move that up one right there. That's all.
I didn't mean to.
Ah,
And you know what,
minor error.
Tammy? On what I just said about Cramblet versus Ramblet, on the unfinished business section of here, you've got on here Fitzgerald. Yeah, you've got on here that I just read it. Oh, there it is. 2 revisions being made on the 7:23 minutes. Pat Ramblet has been corrected to read Pat Cramblet, so
Yeah.
I think it's been taken care of.
Okay,
So
good.
with that, I'll make a motion to accept the minutes from 8/13/2019.
We have a motion to accept the minutes from 8:13.
Second. As far as I can tell.
Vote.
Herrick,
Yes.
Fitzgerald,
Yes.
Irvin,
Yes.
Healer,
I was on vacation that day, so I'll abstain.
Schutz,
Yes.
Bertel,
Yes. I gotta add one for this. The new one. It's gonna be the 30th and the 31st. Second page. Under cemetery, parks and recreation.
On this latest set.
Yeah. It's gonna be the 30th or the 31st. It's 2 days. There was 2 days last year.
Parks and Recreation.
Halloween party on October 30th and 31st.
Oh, those are the 9, 10 minutes.
9/24. He wasn't here last.
I wasn't here, but that's just correction for that.
Because there wasn't any date set because he wasn't here.
So just make a note that it was added after the fact too.
There you
This
go.
way everybody got it and we'll be good. I have one little additional thing that maybe for clarity. Under ordinances, or the first one there, sorry. Yeah.
October 30th also, Jeff.
Yes.
Do you have time so I can put that in there too?
Let's see, the 30th it starts at 7, the 31st starts at 6:30.
No end time? Scheduled in?
I don't have the end time.
Just put 7 to 9, 6:30 and 9.
Question mark.
Yeah, no question mark there.
All right, George.
Just one little thing for clarity that maybe will help. Under the first sentence here under ordinances, ordinance for County Auditor E.J. Khan, it sounds a little bit vague and kind of incomprehensible. Maybe a rewording of that, something about
I
what it's
have-
actually about. Put
I
it in
have
there.
it
Yeah.
in the room. I just I got it today.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
typing them out and didn't have it with me.
If you have that, that'd be great. Yeah.
What minutes are we still missing?
Yes.
I'd like to make a motion to adopt the minutes from Tuesday, September 24th, as presented this time with the said changes.
I'll second. We're probably missing the second one.
So what minutes are you still working on that we don't have yet?
8,
8:24. I don't have. Do I have? Yeah, we just got 8:13 today,
Yeah.
right?
8:24, yeah, 8:24.
We have on the list 9/24 crossed off, 8/27, 8/13.
8:13. She just gave us tonight.
Or it's the 27th, isn't it? 8/27.
Yeah.
That, yeah, we still need those.
We have 9, 10, 9.
Yeah, that was last week.
Last meeting, that's what I thought.
Do we have anything else on past
We need to vote, vote on acceptance of minutes.
Yeah, definitely forward. Roll call for minutes.
Fitzgerald,
Yes.
Irvin,
Yes.
Healer.
Yes.
Schutz,
Abstain.
Bertel,
Yes.
Herrick.
Yes.
Any petitions and communications? Okay, with that, I just have a few things here. Remember, remind everybody that October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Trick or treat will be on the 31st from 5:30 to 7:30. there was a tree planted at the park today from the class of 1960, the Mingo High School class of 1969 for deceased members, memorial tree. It's right in the middle island.
7 or 7:30.
And to jump ahead, you guys could, the council meeting on the 24th of December. You can either cancel that or move it. It's on December, Christmas Eve. Preferably Christmas Eve. Yes, sir.
Looking back in November, the last meeting in November is the last week in November. So this proposal, as far as just merging our 2 meetings in December, is doing one on the 17th. It'd be the third Tuesday.
In December?
Yeah, what are your guys? Something to consider. We don't have to make a decision tonight, but just a thought to kind of make things a little easier, kind of split the average of meeting times.
Just do the one.
You're not available? Okay.
Tuesday 17th.
Oh, okay.
I'm not
In this
17th,
one,
thank
okay.
you.
Yeah, he was just trying to
can't
maybe
make any day.
schedule it for the 17th, but
I'm not available.
Calendar's full.
That's a rough month, though. Like, as of now, there will be no meeting on the 24th.
So is that what you guys are adopting?
What's that, Mark?
Is that what you're adopting?
We're going to sue council as the
What is it again?
24th and be no meeting.
December no meeting.
So it would just be the
Just be the
17th.
17th.
No, we're-
No, it'd just be
No.
the regular meeting on the
The 10th.
2nd to the 10th.
And in November, we're gonna run into that problem too. Thanksgiving week is Tuesday. I know I won't be here. Just FYI, I don't know if you just wanna move that one or not, but 2 days before Thanksgiving.
26th.
Yeah. I'm off. Our anniversary's on the 23rd. We're taking off.
Oh.
Now we'll play the November's meeting by ear, keep them on, and if we have any suggestions, next meeting we can bring it up. So with that, Bob, anything for you?
No report tonight.
Good one.
Okay, we're still trying to get those ordinances codified. We're still missing 3 ordinances, and Kim is looking for them. So, anything for you, but yeah, approach the bench. The new truck, was looking at that Ford. Well, it got sold today. So, I really didn't want that Ford anyhow, I'll be honest with you, but, you know, I'm an international kind of guy, so I'm gonna make up a specification, put it in the paper, and then we'll go through the bid process, that's all. Just hope we get the truck that we want. So, if we don't, we just won't take it. The pool was closed, the walls have been caulked. I submitted a complaint to Sherman Williams. The paint really faded. The paint is still there, but it just faded to white. So I don't think we'll have any issues about opening next year, because it was chipped a lot last year. But it just made me very upset we had that beautiful blue paint in there. And they were like, well, you know, it doesn't hold up to those kind of chemicals. Well, why didn't you tell us that to begin with? We wouldn't have paid $3,000 for the paint. So I submitted my complaint. We'll see what happens. Probably nothing, but at least they know that we're unhappy as a village on the product they sold us. Replaced the drainage pipe on Montgomery Lane, and the rest of them collapsed. I don't know exactly where this was at. Timmy called me today, and that individual up there is very happy. Frank Street still has a leak, correct?
Yeah.
We've patched it a couple of times. We ended up really doing some extensive line replacement possibility up there. The meeting with the EPA, everything went well. I think I told you that last time there was a communication problem, but it wasn't a communication problem with us. It was with their central branch and their district branch. We pushed back the pre-bid back to the 14th, and now there will be a bid opening for the project on the 28th of October. So it's been pushed back a couple weeks, but everybody is aware of it. So asbestos abatement in the evidence room has been completed. I'll have an individual in there within the next 2 weeks to actually put some tile down and get the drywall out of there that has mold on it. Mr. Peeler, we put your drain pipe in down there,
Thank you.
so hopefully you won't be flooded. The village was awarded the $250,000 art grant. So we got the grant for the CSO separation. We're trying to schedule some confined space training too. I talked to Mr. Wright. He got it for us for like $350. I mean, you can't beat that for as many participants. I don't know what we have to provide. He was going to look into that, and I was going to get together with you and set up a time when you have free time. That's all I have.
Thank you, Bob. Appreciate getting that grant. And, again, like I told you, I appreciate the work you're doing for this village. With that, Mr. Huggins, you
We're looking at
have
$6 million.
nothing? Chief Sagan, you have anything?
Our new cruiser's in.
Yeah.
Got it in last Wednesday.
Great system.
Looks good. There's a couple of things missing. I got it with the company. I don't know if the manufacturers for the like the box didn't make it yet, but they just gave the card to us. And when they come in later, we'll get it. I got to talk to them about it. I've had nothing else to report. I'd like to take consideration. You do give me a detective. I think it'd be a great benefit for the village of Mingo Junction.
Thank you, Joe. Chief Wright, he's not here, I don't see. We'll go to you, Wayne.
Really wasted it. Minutes of your time.
You got one, I think.
Thank you, sir.
Just the drive unit, huh? Just the drive unit, huh?
So as you can see, we had the thickener manufacturer technician. He came in, he was on site on October 1st, and he determined that we need a new drive unit assembly. That's the thing that we looked at before with a fabricator, and he said it's shot. And they said that the life expectancy of those are like 25 to 30 years, and that's about where it's at right now. So, and they said it could be done in a day once they bring the unit in. The only thing I'm waiting on now is a quote. I don't know if it's above the bid price. I got to talk to Ernie about that because it's kind of it goes with that unit. It's not something I can just get off the shelf. So if it's going to be above 50 grand, I don't know if we would have to bid that or we could just go with it. It's like a proprietary thing.
Or deemed an emergency.
What's that?
Or deemed an emergency.
Yeah. We began disconnects of delinquent service accounts, and we shall continue as time and manpower permit. Remove debris from some valves on Montgomery Lane where I suspect there might be a leak. We exercised the one furthest downstream near Mary Ann Place, and you could hear a leak if you just put your ear on the key. It wasn't real loud, but so we're going to pinpoint that, try to pinpoint it, and excavate it and see what we find there. At the plant, we removed and replaced the bag assembly and the soda ash silo dust collector. We just need to reinstall the thing now. We did the line thing a couple of weeks ago. The repainting of the water treatment plant head tank will commence in the next week or two. We sprayed some weeds on the perimeter of the fence at the water treatment plant. That valve out front, we plan to replace that tomorrow morning, 6:30, 7 o'clock. If all goes well, should be less than a half hour. If all goes well, as far as the water, shutting the water. We're not going to shut it all the way down. I'm going to leave some pressure on, so. But
What areas might be affected by that?
Just in downtown, right?
this
Okay.
block here, and then probably going up Logan up to 5 points. They may have low pressure, but
So you won't have to put a boil order on them,
no,
right?
I'm going to leave some water on. Our guys, they can do that.
Oh, yeah, they can do it.
Under some pressure. We checked the PRVs last week on Legion Drive and at the reservoir, which feed North Hill. The one at the reservoir right now is off. There's a valve down by the incinerator that's cut off right now. I'll find out why, and because I'd like to get that thing moving too. And then perform routine service calls. And on the wastewater side, the new exhaust fan we talked about the last couple of meetings has been installed for the wet well. We ordered new tires for the dry sludge spreader. And we're gonna start hauling dry sludge to the farm tomorrow. And that new confined space meter that we purchased was calibrated and tested. And he also sprayed weeds at the water plant, or wastewater plant, in addition to the water plant. And then we went back to running one oxidation ditch at the wastewater plant. There's not enough solid to support 2 ditches because the wastewater coming in is pretty weak. And the number 1 ditch was cleaned, and the solid that were in there were transferred to number 2. That's it.
Hey, wait, you want to update council on that valve you replaced outside of the city building here?
Yeah, that's the thing. We didn't replace it. We messed with it a little bit, and they said the toilets are flushing a little bit better, but it's not open all the way. Because if you flush the toilet in here, you can hear water. You can listen to the valve and hear water rushing through. So it's pinched down partially. We're gonna get that thing all taken care of tomorrow morning. Early in the morning.
I just have one question. Have you been able to do any water meters? Have you been able to put any new ones in, replace ones that, in homes that, you know, were?
Yeah, we put about, since the last meeting, we probably put about 6 in. I think there's roughly 150 total that we've gotten in so far.
Have we got any of the village's stuff metered yet? The pool, the heater, the wastewater, the water? Just so we know.
The wastewater, that meter, you checked that meter down there at the wastewater plant?
I was talking to Bob, I missed your conversation, I apologize, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, that's okay. The wastewater plant meter?
Water
one-
meter?
The water meter?
For the potable water coming out? I remember we talked about that. I didn't know if you told me that it wasn't registering.
There is, the portable water that comes in, the sludge, the trucks that come in, they dump and tell me how much they dump, and then I do the calculations in the plant. We don't have a meter outside in the pit that they're dumping at, if that's what you're asking.
No, I was talking about the water that you use for drinking.
There's a meter out there. There's a meter out there. It's never read.
We'll check to make sure. If that
It's out
meter's
there.
good, then we do have the sewage plant.
There you go.
But
One down.
this building, no, the pool, no. And,
Thank you, Wayne.
I forgot something on my
Yes.
report. I know that George hasn't, he's informed me, but I'd like to read it since I brought this guy in. That Bruce Snyder that we brought in and helped us out a bunch, he was Operator of the Year. So I just want to read a little bit about him. He graduated from Wintersville High School in 1977, started the Village of Wintersville Water and Wastewater Departments that fall as a meter reader and laborer. He began classes with the Operator Training Committee in Ohio in the 1980s, first achieving Wastewater 1 and then Wastewater 2 certification from the Ohio Water Environmental Association. In 1994, Bruce obtained his wastewater license 3. In July 1997, Bruce took over operations for both Wintersville Water and Wastewater Departments, running the Water Department for 5 years until a colleague was able to obtain the necessary license. In 1988, he gained his Class 1 water license. Bruce was the operator of the record for Mingo Junction's wastewater treatment facilities for 2 years, and currently is the operator of record of numerous small privately owned treatment facilities in the Ohio River Valley. He has successfully completed 40-hour hazmat certification through Cleveland State University and a membrane filter course through the OTCO. Bruce is an avid outdoorsman and wildlife conservatist. He is a proud husband of 38 years, father of 2 daughters, and pap to 8 beautiful grandchildren. Already retired once, Bruce is immensely proud of his 40 years plus of service. He is humbled to receive the Ohio Rural Waters Operator of the Year. I just wanted to say something because, like I said, I brought him in here and he did us a great favor when Cal wasn't qualified to do it. He's still doing 3 days for us down there. Like I said, he was a major asset to us and he helped us out. I mean, we're paying him decent money to do it, but still though, you know, he could have just blown us off and said, no, I don't feel like doing it, but he came and basically rescued us for a while. And, you know, I just wanted to I just wanted to say, thank you to him,
Yeah.
to the council.
Nice. Very nice, well
As
deserved.
far as, go ahead.
Let's make a motion to bring forth a resolution in honoring of Bruce Snyder in reference to this accomplishment, in reference to the village and his work and accomplishment through us through a rough time.
Second.
Urban,
Yes.
Taylor.
Yes.
Schutz,
Yes.
Rattell,
Yes.
Herrick.
Yes.
Fitzgerald.
Yes.
That letter, will you copy that?
Yep.
Put that in with your report.
Mhm. Go ahead.
I'm gonna take off
Go
now.
ahead. Go ahead.
Anybody got anything else?
The meter installations, do you know where we stand on those by chance?
That's what we just talked about.
Oh, I was doing
Yeah.
other
He
things
did,
and
he did
multitask.
6 meters since
Yeah.
the last meeting, and he's gonna check on putting some stuff in for the village.
All right, Wayne, thanks for your report.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Kyle, you have anything
No, Mayor.
for IT department?
Nothing at this time.
Thank you. Okay. As you all know, we had a finance meeting at the beginning here. Anybody have any questions or maybe for Mr. Huggins? Yes.
I want to make a motion we bring forth an ordinance modifying the table of organization and the creation and establishment of a detective inside the police department.
Second.
I have a question, Mayor.
Yes.
What is the big rush? Why don't we wait till the first year? Why is there a big rush? We don't know our status right now as far as funds. We're all bouncing around.
Our status will be the same as it is now. We're looking at projecting revenue for next year at the same number we projected for this past year. And based upon the additional money we have in the fund already establishing this and due to the immediate need, I think, of this personnel to see what can be done in that first year, I think it's time to
I ain't got a problem with hiring a drug person. Not at all. We need it, okay? But we got other departments. What happens when these other departments come in the first year and want people? What are we gonna do then? Our service department's taking a beating up there. Taking a beating. But we just keep overlooking them. And I know all the money don't come out of the general fund for service. Some comes out of the SMR and everything else. But we overlook them. There are guys that plow the snow, pick the garbage up, do everything, and we overlook them every time. We got 6 guys up there. 6.
3 of them going to Packer every day.
And there's 3 of them on the Packer. So at least 3 guys out there doing nothing else.
So we've hired, what, 2 here?
Yeah, but we lost a few.
recently.
We lost a couple of part-timers. So, not like we just kind of replaced some people, that's all.
'Cause I
We're gonna
think
need some
we're running
people.
4 in the service garage.
That's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you, Jack. We have a vote. Tammy?
Taylor,
Yes.
Schutz,
Yes.
Rattell,
No?
Herrick,
No.
Fitzgerald,
Yes.
Urban.
Yes.
Adam, anything on ordinance?
There's nothing presented tonight.
Okay. Jody, anything on safety?
Yes. Kyle brought it to my attention. Jack, myself, and Mr. Herrick are on, Mike's on the safety committee. And section 10 of, I don't know what this is called, says that the safety committee shall consist of 3 officers or non-bargaining unit employees appointed by the mayor, which is us 3, and then 3 bargaining unit employees appointed by the union. Bargaining and non-bargaining unit appointees shall serve on the committee for 1 calendar year term. The union shall provide to the employer 3 lists of its appointees for each agreement year, not less than 1 month prior to the anniversary date of this agreement. I think that was all in section 10, but this was just brought to my attention tonight that there is supposed to be somebody from water, somebody from service, and somebody from wastewater on our safety committee. So if we need to do that. And Kyle, I don't know if you, I'm assuming that the union will pick the representatives?
Yes.
And will you let me know or let us know, or
Yes.
in the next safety meeting that we have, I'll make sure that yous are all included, to come.
Somebody from the police and fire.
That's a separate, that's our union contract. Police and fire have a separate contract. I don't know what's involved with theirs. But that's for,
I don't know, this is just what Kyle gave me tonight.
That's their contract. There's nobody from the police and fire representative
I have no,
on the safety committee?
not on this that he gave me.
I know.
I don't know what the police and fire contract specifically says. Joe, do you know?
Yes, there should be 2 officers representing.
Two?
the state.
So we need a
Fire and
total,
a police officer representing the state service.
I would think so too.
We always
So
have-
we'll have a total of 5 then?
service department, we have a volunteer. The water department, we have a volunteer, and a wastewater department, we have a volunteer that takes care of our 3. So that's all I was concerned with our union people. The rest of it's up to,
You wanted, and you're gonna have 1 patrolman or 2?
We have a patrolman.
One patrolman and a
usually the
fireman?
chiefs send the safety meetings.
Okay.
Chiefs always.
So will it be you and John? You know
Should
that
be,
now
yeah.
going in?
Mhm.
Okay, I'll get a hold of John and say something to him about it. Again, this was just all brought to my attention tonight. I had no clue that yins were supposed to be in it. Sorry.
I just found out about 5 days ago.
Okay, well, that makes me feel a little better.
Yeah.
And that's all I have.
All right, thanks. Jack, anything on service?
Not really, Mayor. I'll wait till I get to Parks and Recreation. I got some other stuff.
All right. Adam, anything on the lights or sidewalks or curbs?
No report. Jags, did you take care of top of Buster?
Yes, I'm gonna, this clip may come up for 2. Apparently that's all signs just there for decoration.
Well, thank you.
You know, Jack, I do want to give you commend on you do get these street lights fixed when someone comes to you. I'll give you credit for that. I won't give you much credit. Thanks. I'll give you credit.
Goes around on Sunday nights.
Yeah.
Does his check and everything.
George, anything on water or sewage?
Nothing that's already been mentioned there.
All right. Jack, anything on recreation?
Yeah, I got a few things, Mayor. I've been having some trouble with, I guess, my job at the park. So I contacted an attorney, and I did some digging up, and I guess people have been saying around town that it wasn't advertised for a groundskeeper. Well, I found some paperwork today, and it started on 4/28/19 to 5/1/19. And this is what it says. The Village of Mingo is accepting applications. Huh?
It was in the paper.
Yeah, well, people were saying it
Go ahead,
was.
Jack. Let's read that what you was doing.
Okay, lifeguards, concession stand workers, groundskeepers, park manager. Applications will be taken up to May 17th in 2019. So I had a lady that lives with me. She applied for this job, and she did some work over there, cleaning the shelter houses, cleaning the bathrooms, inside and outside. But I had some emails sent to me that she didn't do it. So anyhow, I paid all the money back that I owed this fabulous village. But you know what? The more I read these emails, I asked my attorney, how bad are these emails? And he says, well, you know what? We're pushing some slander maybe. I'm not going to read them because I get so damn mad when I read them that I really don't want to read them. I'd rather have Mr. Huggins or somebody to read them. Maybe put them in the minutes. And I'm going to give you my phone, Mr. Huggins, and I'll let you read these minutes, these things. It was not said in public, okay, but it was sent on my telephone.
I saw in the paper this morning something about you being willing to reimburse the village. If all funds in reference to your part-time employment with the village are reimbursed, including funds sent through your wife, I will be completely satisfied throughout this issue. I just wanted to send a text commending you again for returning the funds. That was assuredly difficult and has been definitely a very stressful and frustrating situation. If there's one issue that remains, the funds which went through your wife, which were at least in part, if not entirely, go through to pay you for work you did when it was believed to be the best approach. I am and have been worried about how that could have hurt an individual in our finance office. Has there been any thought on repaying the other funds back to the village? I would hope such to be done soon and without any public knowledge in order to keep this major issue away from blackening the village. If such is not done soon, I will not be able to remain silent on the issue. Remaining silent when such an issue is known is complicity to me in that aforementioned action. I would be forced to file with the Ohio Ethics Commission. This fine will not be against any particular individual, but would point at the actions that took place and let them take it from there. Such filing I do not want to do. Want to read the other two?
You read them all,
All right,
please.
so it's talking to my attorney at the present time, and the person said, okay, keep me abreast of how that develops, I don't want to file anything, just want this done so someone won't get in trouble.
What did it say?
So they want this to be done so a certain person won't get into trouble.
Like I said, you don't want to mention the name then. I think it was kind of wrong, you know, people put people's names in there, threaten them.
I can't hear a word he's saying.
Well,
Yes, George.
I'll keep you abreast of what develops. I don't want to file anything, but I just want to have something done for Kim won't be in any trouble. Crap. You know what? You mentioned people's names. You're chasing this poor girl around. For what reason? She did nothing. She doesn't sign checks. That gentleman does there, and the lady up in the front signs checks. She does not sign checks. And for you to say, Mr. Irwin, that my wife didn't work up there, you prove it.
Yes, George.
I would rather discuss it during executive session, but this issue was brought to light in executive session where members who are here before council, individuals mentioned that her name was put in place because of the thought that putting a certain individual's name in there wouldn't be just. That's what was said in the executive session. Because that was said, I'm under the impression, and in talking with the solicitor during that meeting, wherein other members of council were here present in executive session, that it was done under that fashion. Now, I don't know if there was any intent of anything wrong. I don't know if there's any fraud that was involved. I just wanted to make sure everything was done right and just. So if there was everything paid back, my thought was, okay, then definitely there was no issue to investigate. But if things were not paid back, then maybe these people that are telling all kinds of interesting things should be investigated if that was the case.
Well, everything's paid back, okay? And I'm not getting nobody in trouble. I'm not putting nobody's job on the line.
And I'm not trying to do that.
I
That's why I'm trying
contacted
to
my
get you
attorney. My
directed.
attorney said that our village administrator gave me some bad information. He gave me some bad information
Village solicitor.
to council, okay?
Solicitor.
About, excuse me, not you.
Village solicitor.
Village solicitor. He gave me some bad information. Sorry. I told you I get worked up.
I know, I understand.
Crap. And I'll take the blame, okay, because I didn't check it myself. But my wife didn't do it. What's the thing in this goofy village? Not a damn thing. I paid all the money back. Okay? That's saying about the ethics committee. There's a lot of stuff that goes around this village that's not ethical. But nobody else sees that stuff, do they? Huh? We spent $420,000 on hospitalization. Do we put up for bid? No, we don't put up for bid. We just get a committee do it. Ethical? You tell me. I don't know. I don't think so. We spend money on chemicals. We put it for bid? No. We buy fire trucks? We put it for the bid? Yeah, because we buy under state purchasing. We buy an ambulance? We put it for bid? Yes, state purchasing. There's a lot of things going on in this town we don't do right. But when you see these two things, we put a bullseye on it. And it was on me for a while. Political. Guarantee it was political. A political move. I wasn't talking to you. I said it was a political move. It was a political move at election time. Trust me. Political move.
Yes, George.
I tried to get this done and finished back in June.
June 11th.
Back in June 11th.
Well, can I ask
I
a
really didn't
question?
want this
I
to
wanna
go
interrupt
right.
you.
I apologize.
Everybody knew this gentleman had that job up the park. And not one person came forward and said nothing. Everyone in here said how nice that park looked.
No.
And everyone knew who, yes,
No,
so you
nobody
didn't.
knew Jack
So
was
no one knew
running
who was
up there.
running the park?
You know when I found out?
I
I found
don't know.
out on May 26th.
So
when
as
Matt had a
council,
concert up there.
you're not asking who's running the park, it looks so good.
You know, I knew that Wayne was coming to the water treatment plant, and I knew, other people were coming to different departments, but this was kind of,
So no one knew who ran the park this year.
no.
Until
I was told
one-
Karen
But
Karen was running it, and that it was gonna be split. I think that was the 428 meeting,
But
I wanna say.
the guy was hired in May. It was my appointment, and I told you guys, it was my appointment. And no one said, well, that's illegal. He applied for the job, and I'll say, I'm gonna back myself up again, and you guys know how it is. Not one person applied for that job. Not one person applied for that job. And then all of a sudden, okay, it was and I'm not gonna say maybe personal or what, the park was going all well, and then all of a sudden, come the end of August, why is Jack Bertel working up the park? Why is Jack, he knew? I bet you, Adam knew,
He's on the
Dolce
rec
knew,
committee with him.
right,
I didn't know.
but no one brought it up
Nobody told me.
until,
I saw Jack riding the
Till-
tractor, and I thanked him at the
That's
next
right.
council meeting for his
until
volunteer.
the end of August, when it was almost said and done. Hey, we're gonna bring some stuff up, because I don't know, and I don't know what happened, or somebody had a vendetta against him, or what happened. They brought it up to somebody's attention, and then everyone started chasing. Everyone looked into it and started investigating, which is your prerogative. But no one did anything on purpose around here, without the knowledge. And I said one time, I said, that's it. We're dropping it and forget about it. But people just wanted to keep going on and on and on. And I don't want to say it to give a black eye to this community. Where this town gets along, everyone gets along, and then all of a sudden, we're going to stir some stuff up. And it was wrong. Okay, I'll agree. If that's the law, that's the law. I'll go with that. But all of a sudden, now, it's no good. And good luck to the person who takes that park next year. It's going to be hard to find somebody. I'm going to tell you that right now. Anybody else have any questions? And with that, let's move on.
Mayor, I got some under service now, or under recreation. The other day, somebody took a backhoe and a dump truck, and it wasn't the Village of Mingo's people, because I called them, and removed dirt from the baseball fields up there. There was piles of dirt up there from the baseball fields that they're going to use on the new fields. And someone took a truckload of dirt with a backhoe and a truck. I don't know who did it, but
No idea, huh?
no idea. I think if we put maybe a word out, maybe somebody will volunteer and, say something. I don't know. It's
Did
just,
you talk to Timmy or anybody?
I talked to him. I called Timmy right away. Someone called me. My son called me. He says, Boss Ronnie just called him and said there was a garbage or a dump truck and a backhoe down the park, or down the baseball fields, taking that new dirt.
Well, I saw the people down there, but I thought it was the regular workers, because they were up there today working too.
What regular workers?
The guys that come down and
No, I don't.
from
know.
Winterfield.
Yeah, I don't-
I'll tell you what, they've been there for the last
Yeah.
3 or 4 days up
Yeah,
there.
it wasn't these guys. So they took the good dirt up there, so it's gone. Wow.
I just assumed it was regular workers, the guys from the baseball association. Well, I'm not gonna go down there and say, hey, do you have a right to do that when I see them down there?
I know, Mike.
Did you see a dump truck down there, Coach?
Yeah, they
What
did
color
their
was it?
truck down there.
What color
yes.
was it? You know?
Me?
I was asking if you
I
know
don't
what color
know.
the dump
Oh,
truck
I don't
was.
know.
I could probably tell you.
As a matter of fact, they were up there working today.
But evidently, the right hand over the left hand's going in, so I'll find out.
Yeah, maybe, hopefully it's one of their people.
Well,
Possibly did.
I'll call Boss and ask him again. Anyhow, last thing I got, Mayor, and this is not under recreation. These people are putting furniture out again on these houses. Logan Avenue, there's a couch out there again. What do we have to do? Who do we have to report this to?
That's the landlords who have these apartments.
Who do I have to report this to? Mr. Smith? The chief of police? Or who do I have to report this to?
Joe,
Yeah.
can you look into that? I mean, is that your jurisdiction?
You cite them, right, Joe?
Cite them people. who
They're
put
stealing
that-
off the village property, yes.
No. Putting like stuff out that shouldn't be out
Too
there.
early.
Couches out.
Couches and everything.
We warn these people all the time, but the problem of it is
Can you do
we have so
anything?
many new people, we're just gonna start citing.
That's what I'm
So many
saying. Can
new
you cite
people-
them?
Yeah, we usually warn they get it off.
When I was coming out McClister yesterday when I left, I don't know if he pulled over for this reason or not, but there was an officer, there was a bunch of
Yeah.
stuff out by the curb, and I saw him pull over
Yes,
with his
it's
lights. I don't
Every
know
month
if
we
that's
get a
what
new
he was
group of
addressing.
people move in, they get the permits, they put everything out, we're like, we can't do this till last end of the month. So it's constant every month, we're getting new people coming and keep doing this.
Yeah.
I mean, it's actually getting frustrating, I just like to start, they're not aware of our new laws, but they just moved into Mingo, so
Maybe Mark, could you put something maybe in there to remind them that before they put something out?
I do it all the time.
Yeah, I mean, to look at the computer to see what you can do.
It's the out-of-town landlord who's looking out when somebody moves out.
Just get a tenant to throw it out. I mean, I just went up home today looking at here's the couch. I said, I'm like, we gotta get this addressed.
Mayor, that's all I have, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Some
Jody,
sort of
anything?
communication when they come and have water service turned on or something like that, have like.
Some of them don't get the water service
Yeah,
turned on, they just go
yeah.
right in.
Yeah.
You know, we don't get a call from the landlord or something, they get in there.
I mean, we want
That's what I hope we can start really cracking down some of that stuff.
If anybody sees anybody putting things out at the beginning of the month, just stop and say, hey, you know, our rubbish isn't the last Tuesday.
Hey, if a new
Just watch
person
yourself when
moves
you
in
do that,
to
'cause
an apartment,
some people get
they
pretty
have to go
irate.
down to a deposit.
What's that?
If somebody new moves into an apartment, like somewhere where I live.
Yeah,
somebody's moving
for
in,
water, they're supposed to come down and put a
somebody's moving in
deposit
there,
down,
so,
yes.
yeah.
Yep, every time. But we've had people go into these places where somebody moves out, somebody moves in, and there's no change or nothing. They just move in.
And the landlords are supposed to update
Yeah.
their rental property registration.
That never did work out.
No.
No. I
Do
mean,
we
there's-
even have
There's
them on
some
record?
people
I don't know,
who
I'd have to
abide
ask
by
Judy. Judy has-
fine,
Judy has
you know,
some.
paying the fees.
You know.
There's the select few. I mean, they should quit collecting for the few people who are honoring it. You know.
I know Judy has some. We'll have to ask the solicitor what, where he's going with this, but I don't think it was,
Nowhere fast.
really wasn't. And maybe, like I said, with Wayne there also, now we can possibly do some of these things a little differently, Be able to track him a lot better since he's a full-time employee.
Jody, anything on health and pension?
Unfortunately, no. I talked to Frank Harmon today. He's still waiting on the United Health bids to come in. He said that he's going to get together he's supposed to get with me next Wednesday. I'm hoping to have something at this next meeting. I warned him that, it has to go to committee, it has to go to full council, it has to be approved by both unions, and, January's coming fast, so.
But we don't put that up for bid.
I don't know, Jack. This was my last year was my first year on it. I got Melanie said that, she had people from the bank who did that kind of stuff when she was here, so I told her to send it to me. They didn't end up quoting. So, I don't know.
It just looks like
We always did.
$420,000.
Didn't we always have about 3 come in?
Yeah.
From United Healthcare, from Frank Harmon. That's who we've been dealing with, my understanding, with the village for many years. So.
We always used to have 3 come in, submit a bid, and then we went from there.
And I believe last year he brought in
But then-
3 or 4 different
Right.
proposals. But
I mean,
we're
it's-
under obligation to keep it the same. So, we can change carriers, but we can't change the plan.
I understand.
Okay.
Anything else? I'll get to you in a minute. Anything else? Jody,
On what?
health and pension.
No, I hope to have some information next week.
Jeffrey, anything on senior citizens?
Hey, Fred?
Not this better. Maybe tomorrow.
Nothing on VHJ. Adam, anything on annexation?
No annexation report, Mayor.
George, anything
Unfortunately.
on it? Oh,
Nothing additional at this time.
all right. Adam, anything on rules committee?
Nothing tonight, Mayor.
And now I'm going to go to you for the audience, since you have your hand up first. Stand up and state your name.
I'm Sharon Cole Eisner. I'm president of the Women's Club of Mingo Junction. And I have 3 things I wanted to ask about. The first one is last meeting you did a resolution for Darlene Huff. We wondered what happens with that resolution, and if we could have it sent to us to give to the family.
Yes.
We didn't know if that was ready for us or not.
Yes.
We also had asked for a proclamation declaring October 12th a day of celebration for the GFWC Ohio Women's Club being federated for 125 years, and that had been approved, and we would like to have a copy of the proclamation to take to our 125th anniversary on the 12th of this month in Springfield, Ohio.
Okay.
And my third thing has nothing to do with the Women's Club, but I've noticed when I go through Weirton, all of the nice flags they have for veterans, and I think that would be something really nice for this village to look into. I do believe that it is paid for by citizens themselves that want their family members up there. And I just thought it would be really nice for us to do something like that in this village.
We actually
You must have
talked
been
about
talking to
that
my wife because she just brought it up to me. Why don't we have pictures of the veterans on the,
at the MRC meeting
on
last
the
night.
telephone poles?
I had a
We talked
gentleman
about it.
commenting on how much he liked it going through Weirton and seeing that, so.
I just went through Toronto today.
Yeah.
There's
Yes.
tons of them up there, yeah. Yeah, Jody, we discussed that last night.
And last
man.
night at our MRC meeting.
Do we have that resolution for her, for
Yeah,
Darlene?
yeah. It's in Kim's office right now.
I
signed
can
it.
see me when we get done. Sharon, when we get done, I'll give
Thank you, Jack.
I can get the information.
Thank you.
Framing?
The other thing about, Sharon and I talked about this outside, is if you decide to go with something like that, there is what's called a pole attachment agreement with AEP,
Yeah.
citizens of your poles, in order to sign it. I don't know if there's a fee involved with that within Ohio, but that would be, it's no different from when we put the Christmas lights up, if you want to put planters up or anything like that. So if that decides to come to fruition, then I'll help out on that side.
Find out, Jack, because I think there is a fee in Ohio. Because I was going to do it with our Comcast stuff, and I might already done it, not notified you.
And we'll get a hold of Ernie tomorrow and ask him where that's at.
Yeah, there might be a fee, I'm not real sure.
Kyle, you have anything?
No, Mayor, not this time.
Patty, come on. Pat, do you have anything?
No, I'm good.
All right. Marina Mara,
I got something.
don't make it long.
There's the trucks.
He knows it.
The trucks.
breaks.
2018 Commercial Avenue, we put in a brand new street.
I've already,
From the
Yeah.
corporation limit all the way up underpass.
I've already addressed
Now we
it.
got inch of holes, about an inch to 3/4 maybe, holes about every 5 feet, all the way down from the,
Fred, I don't mean to stop you, but we're aware of this. Bob's looked into it, Timmy's looked into it, I've seen them, and this has all been already
you know what's
been,
gonna happen.
and
This
it's
winter.
already been addressed.
There's gonna be potholes below now.
We
No,
appreciate
we're
it.
going to seal them up. The guy said he would take, you know,
Good, because.
we're going to seal them all up, and I tell you, I was sick in my stomach,
These
like you were.
people that run these junkyards gotta know that they can't run heavy equipment on the street that's been put in. Even not supposed to anyhow. They've got low boys to haul it.
They had a bolt in the tire.
These guys are moving from there up to the stadium.
They didn't know.
I know they're not a poor outfit.
Yeah.
A poor outfit will sneak on the street and try to get away with it.
He already got an earful from me today, okay, and I'm, like I said, we're looking into it.
I'm not too happy with them guys down there.
I'm not
anyhow.
happy
I know
with
the
them.
rest of
I
the
have
people.
never been happy with them, okay,
But
never.
Been putting dust down there for years for them people down there.
All right, thank you, Fred.
All right.
Mr. Rob, you have anything?
No.
Marty, you have anything? Thank you. Good. With that, anybody else have anything? Oh, Champ, you got something? Oh, okay, you're hiding back here.
Oh, I'm too big to hide.
All right, Sash, did you say you wanted to go into executive session?
Yeah, I'll make a motion we go
On
into executive
regarding,
session.
regarding
What, personnel, something?
Uh,
Gotta have one of those.
Financial.
financial.
I guess that's not a reason for
Huh?
that's not a reason for.
There's about 5 or 6 different things, like discipline, employee,
Compensation.
compensation, something.
Yeah, compensation.
You gotta be a little.
You gotta be a little more specific. Is it for a village employee?
No.
Is it a
It's a
pending
citizen.
lawsuit?
Citizen
Is it lawsuit?
has a,
Somebody,
Problem.
somebody got a list of
Definitely
what
have
it can
to.
use here?
Well, that's not.
About 5 or 6
I know, I
things.
gotta give them a little more.
We had that list before.
Yeah, I got throw on the list, but.
I'm trying to,
Why don't you go to committee?
Without a
now
lawyer?
this has to be discussed internally.
Without a lawyer?
Possible
Sister's on here too,
litigation.
All right,
Is that good enough?
that's good enough.
Against the
I'll
city?
trust you.
Against the city? It is.
Yeah, that would be
Yeah,
right.
that would fit.
Make a motion to go to executive session.
Second.
Mark, that's why we got you.
I need.